Well, welcome. It's great to be with you. I'm Jim Murphy, Managing Program Director at the Episcopal Church Foundation. The Episcopal Church Foundation, for those of you who don't know, is the foundation for the entire Episcopal Church. We serve all of its parishes, dioceses, and related organizations like Episcopal Retirement Communities. And it's great to be with you today. We focus as a foundation on empowering congregations and helping them to do what God has called them to do in their own particular circumstances. We also help them in the area of fundraising, especially planned giving. When it comes to making a gift to any charity or any Episcopal organization, there are three basic types. The first being ordinary giving, most often seen in annual efforts through stewardship at parishes, as well as at various institutions where people make a gift out of their current income in support of ongoing operations. Another type of gift is an extraordinary gift. This is most often seen within the context of a capital campaign or major gifts effort, where someone makes a commitment in 1 year and then pays off that commitment over the course of several years. Most people will make that commitment and then pay it off with assets that they may hold. The third type of giving, which we're focusing in on today, is ultimate giving or planned giving or legacy giving. All of these are basically the same thing. They are when an individual makes that commitment that will be paid out of their estate when they pass away at death or out of their retirement assets. These are important gifts to the individual and are made to sustain the future mission and ministry of your Episcopal retirement community or other entities. When it comes to planned giving, there are many different types of gifts that one can consider. And one should always consult with appropriate legal, tax, and financial advisors, as well as your family, before finalizing any gift. And all of us at ECF will encourage you to do that. The vast majority of gifts will come directly out of your estate at death through your will or trust or other account designations. And there are many other ways to make a planned gift. Today, we're going to focus on life income gifts. These are gifts where an individual who makes them typically is making them out of assets they're holding for retirement. Once they make this gift, that gift is truly irrevocable. Because it is irrevocable, they receive a charitable deduction in the year that they make the gift that they can itemize onto their taxes. The donor then, or possibly someone that the donor has designated, will receive income from one of these types of gifts almost always for the rest of their life, but it could be for a term of years with certain gifts. When the individuals receiving the income pass away, that is when the gift assets are liquidated and it is paid out to the various charities that were specified at the beginning. There are three basic kinds. The first being a pooled income fund, where after making that irrevocable gift, the people that are designated to receive income will receive the yield, the interest and dividends off of that invested gift. Charitable gift annuities are what we're going to talk about today. Those are very easy to put together and are fixed dollar payments based upon the age of the person receiving the income. The last type of life income gift is a more complex one called a charitable remainder trust, and look for a future webinar to focus on that. These are for larger gifts of over $250,000 and quite often will involve real estate, perhaps a second home or a home which is no longer being used and also does not have any encumbrances on it, not a mortgage or liens on the property or things like that. So stay tuned for a future webinar on that. Today, we're focused on charitable gift annuities, or the well-known CGA. These are the most popular form of life income gifts. In fact, almost 90% of all life income gifts will be created in this format. The way that this works is that after the individual has created this gift by making their irrevocable donation, they go into a contract with the Episcopal Church Foundation, who guarantees that they will receive a fixed amount of income based upon an annuity rate associated with their age for the rest of their life. The nature of these gifts is that it will dig into the principle of the gift very slowly over time, typically leaving about 50% of the original gift for the various charities for at the time that person would actually pass away. That is not guaranteed to the charity. It could be higher, it could be lower. And I'll be showing you an illustration about this in just a moment. However, the person who is designated to receive the income will receive that for the rest of their life, guaranteed by the assets of the gift. And if the gift were to exhaust, then for the assets that are held by the Episcopal Church Foundation in its own endowment. A few quick notes for you to consider as you might find this gift very appealing. The donor, of course, can designate him or herself, or two individuals can be designated to receive income. The donor can also designate someone else other than the people who donate the gift. That could be for a younger donor, they could designate the income to go to an elderly parent and have the annuity rate based upon the age of the parent. Or it could be for someone else. It all depends on what the donor would like to do. And all of us at the Episcopal Church Foundation would be happy to help you think through what is best for you and for your family and context. A few notes, though, to remember is that as one ages, those annuity rates will increase so that you will receive a higher annuity rate when you are 75 than opposed to when you would be 55. Rates also will change. Typically, the American Council for Gift Annuities, or ACGA, will change annuity rates in July of every year. In addition, you should know that you need to be at least 55 to receive income from a charitable gift annuity, and the minimum amount of the gift must be at least $5,000. Now, an interesting thing for those of you out here that may be younger and not wanting to receive income right now and wish to postpone it, perhaps until you are at an older age, you may certainly do that, and that is an effective part of retirement planning. Some younger donors may desire to receive a charitable deduction in this year, but defer those payments from a charitable gift annuity until they're at an extended age of perhaps 80 or 85, whatever they may wish to do. And as I say, all of us at ECF would be happy to help you figure out what is best for you. These gifts, though, are very appealing to individuals because the amount that they receive is going to be fixed and it is guaranteed to them for the rest of their life. Now, one final note, because the Episcopal Church Foundation is dedicating its own assets to ensure that these payments are made to the income beneficiaries, when the income beneficiaries pass away, whatever remainder is there, 10% of that remainder will come back to the Episcopal Church Foundation to continue funding its plant giving efforts throughout the Episcopal Church. Now let me show you a quick example of a simulated, illustrative charitable gift annuity, in this case for Ms. Smith, who is 75 years old. At this time, in April 2022, Ms. Smith, at her age, would receive a 5.4 annuity rate based on her age. In her case, for simplicity's sake, she made a cash donation. That cash donation of $100,000 would allow Ms. Smith to take an income tax deduction in this year of $45,000. In addition, she will receive an annuity this year and for the rest of her life of $5,400, which is 5.4 multiplied by 100,000. Generally, when Ms. Smith would pass away, approximately 50% of the original gift would still exist to be paid out to the various charities. That amount could be higher or lower if Ms. Smith were to live far beyond or die sooner than would be statistically expected. It could be higher or lower paid out to the charities. It all depends on the time and circumstances when Ms. Smith would pass away. You can also create a charitable gift annuity for two people. This is typically done for a married couple. And in this illustration, a married couple, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, both at 75, would receive a 4.6 annuity rate. So that in this case, because you're dealing with two lives instead of one, the income tax deduction is lower, just under $40,000. And the annuity that they would receive of 4.6 multiplied by the original gift, or $4,600, they would receive for the rest of their lives. So that if Mr. Smith were to die before Mrs. Smith would continue to receive the full $4,600 for the rest of her life. Statistically, again, about 50% of the original gift would remain when they have both passed away. And this is what would pass on to the charity. This amount may be higher again, or it may be lower, because if Mr. and Mrs. Smith live far beyond their life expectancy, or there are challenged markets and this $50,000 is less, that, whatever it would be paid out to the various charities. And it is out of this final amount, which remains, that 10% would come back to the Episcopal Church Foundation to support its ongoing planned giving efforts. It is possible that nothing would remain for the charity, but in those cases, Mr. and Mrs. Smith would continue to receive the $4,600. It would simply be paid out of the Episcopal Church Foundation's endowment funds, which we use to ensure that those payments are made. Creating a charitable gift annuity is quite easy. You can download the application directly from the internet, or simply contact us at ECF or the staff at your retirement home, and they'd be more than happy to print this out for you and work with you to review what's appropriate for you and your family. In conclusion, the Episcopal Church Foundation is here to serve the Episcopal Church. We do that in a number of different ways by focusing on the various leadership resources we create, as well as the many financial resources that we make available to Episcopal retirement communities, as well as Episcopal parishes and dioceses. Thank you so much for your time today, and please feel free to reach out to us at the Episcopal Church Foundation by phone or by email, or reach out to the staff member at your Episcopal retirement community, and please find out more, and if a charitable gift annuity might be the right gift for you. Thank you.